And all new at 6, we're following details of a sweeping new effort to stop the spread of graffiti across Indianapolis.
Yeah, this Get Tough measure would also make graffiti a crime and would hold taggers and gangbangers legally accountable. RTV6 reporter Jack Reinhardt joins us live tonight with the story you will see only on RTV6. Jack.
Well, Erica, this is the ordinance that not only defines graffiti as a public nuisance, but it mandates that property owners get rid of it as soon as possible. It's the first ever of its kind ordinance that attempts to rid the city of what some refer to as art and others call vandalism. The city defines graffiti as a public nuisance, one that destroys the rights and values of neighboring property owners. The city also calls graffiti a symbol of disorder and lawlessness, one that contributes to a spiral of urban blight that decreases the viability of the business community and tax revenues.
Pretty big problem. We try to cover it up, and every time we cover it up, they come back and paint more on top of it. So we want to paint the whole building, but we're kind of afraid to get it painted, then have the graffiti show right back up.
The anti-graffiti measure would give city agencies a wide variety of enforcement tools to protect public and private property from acts of vandalism. First and foremost, it would make tagging a crime, and the Department of Public Safety has vowed to assign a full-time investigator to arrest offenders.
We need to photograph that, treat it as evidence, and work those cases. At the end of the day, they need to be held accountable, and if it's a juvenile, the parents need to be held accountable as well.
The anti-graffiti initiative is the first of its kind in the state. It would require the Department of Code Enforcement to inspect each complaint, assign a case number, and issue a notice of violation to the property owner.
What this does is establish a few different things. What graffiti is, by definition. It sets up a system for reporting it, and then it sets up a system to push an owner to abate the graffiti, to clean the graffiti up.
The ordinance requires property owners to clean up graffiti within 30 days. It also recognizes property owners as victims. The city has partnered with Keep Indianapolis Beautiful and more than 700 neighborhood block clubs to help abate graffiti for victims who can't afford it.
You have a beautiful tree, and right behind that, then you have some language that shouldn't be on this building. That's not art. It's graffiti. It takes away from the experience of the quality of life of this community. So removing it is important to us.
The sponsors of this measure will likely amend it to prohibit 18-year-olds from purchasing aerosol spray cans and wide-tip markers. When someone tags a building, the property owner becomes the victim. When the graffiti isn't removed, it victimizes the entire neighborhood. This proposal will now move to the council's Rules and Policy Committee. Live on the North Side, Jack Reinhardt, RTV6.